Greetings, everybody. Father Mike here. The Father Mike Minute continues. And today, as again, we are going through the Holy Mass, and we are now at the segment where the part of the Mass where the priest kisses the altar. Now, before I say anything else, I just want to the altar is a symbol of the church. And the church contains the body and blood, soul, and divinity of Christ. And as a matter of fact, you can see it's sort of one with the altar. This tabernacle and the Eucharist within is sort of one with the altar. And that is because the Holy Church, the Holy Catholic Church, is the mystical body of Christ. And the church is one with Christ. That's how we can always say, how could anybody ever leave the Catholic Church? Because the Catholic Church has the body and blood of Christ. And again, this altar, every single altar, the big ones, the small ones, it is a symbol of the Catholic Church. She has her saints. That's why we see the saints enshrined in the altar, just like we would see in any high altar. We see the angels. We see angel statues. As a matter of fact, we see the angels kneeling, adoring our blessed Lord. All part of this church. The lights, the candles, all represent the light that the church brings to the darkness of this world. Then the saints also in the form of relics. Take a look here. In every altar, you find an altar stone. Sometimes it's sort of like this, where it is on top of the altar. Sometimes it's buried within the altar. This is where the relic goes of the saint. Now, we did a little research here at St. Joe, and we have 4 altars. Each of our altars has a stone like this. Unfortunately, there is no record who is in each of these stones. We opened each of them up and found a little relic. Don't know who it is. The diocese also does not have a record of that. In some ways, it's almost even more beautiful that way, because we don't know who the saint is, but we have a relic. Relics are a very biblical part of our tradition and also just a part of our whole tradition. And so again, the altar represents the church, the Catholic Church, and all that she contains, her beautiful saints. Also, note these 5 crosses. In each altar stone, the 5 wounds of Christ. The 2, his hands, his wrists, his feet, his heart, the side of Christ. This where the lance in the Gaza recorded in the Gospel of John, the lance is pierced into the side of Christ. So when the priest comes here to begin Holy Mass, whether we are talking about this altar or a smaller altar, the priest kisses the altar. This is a reminder of the reality that the priest who has made a promise of celibacy, the priest has given his whole life to the church. And in a similar way as a husband and a wife might kiss, this is a way for the priest to be reminded every day when he celebrates the Mass that he has laid down his life for his bride, the church, and all her majesty, in all her beauty, in all her wonder. The priest is reminded of the fact that he is married to the church. And the kiss is also, of course, a reminder of the fact that the priest is kissing the church on behalf of all of the people. We love the church. We must love everything about the Holy Church. We love the communion of saints. We love the beauty. We love the traditions, the dogmas, the everything our church stands for, believes, and does, we love. And this kiss, it may seem so small, but it really is an action packed with meaning.